Valley Club, we are doing it again. We are ranking every single character in Marvel Strike Force, the best ones, the worst ones, everyone in between. And if you're ready to see where your favorite character lies, you know what to do, Valley Club. Find that like button and let's go smash it. Welcome back to the ValleyFlyin channel. I am ValleyFlyin. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I hope you're ready to see every single character in Marvel Strike Force ranked, the best, the worst, everything in between, every single character. And if you get some value from this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you know as soon as a brand new video goes up. At least 5 pieces of Marvel Strike Force content every single week on this channel. But before we start ranking every character in Marvel Strike Force, I do want to remind you guys about my second channel, all about Raid Shadow Legends. Been playing for about 5 months now, and if you want to join me, get off to one of the best starts in the game, use the QR code up there or the link in the description, because if you do that, you're going to get off to one of the best starts in the game. You're going to get 3 legendaries, 3 epic characters, starting with this guy, Karato Fox Hunter. Great legendary character. Uugo is one of the best epic support champs in the game. You're gonna get her for free at level 10. Tagoar is one of the best epic revivers in the game. You're gonna get him for free at level 20. Then at level 30, you're gonna get a great damage dealer for the clan boss in Fayne. This is a character that I still don't have yet, but you're gonna get her at level 30 for free. And as a new player, you get another legendary for free. You could enter one of these codes. My recommendation would be to use the Demon Slayer code to get Tholen Foulbeard. To Hanorok with the code Desert Queen is also really great. I use the code Monkey King to get Sun Wukong. All 3 of those are great choices, but you could get any that you see on the screen. And right now, there's the Lemonici chase going on. This is the calendar, which after 7 days, you're gonna get Lemonici the Goldwing, another legendary character. So check out my second channel and check out Raid Shadow Legends to get all these bonuses for free. Without further ado, let's jump into this tier list. Let me talk about these tiers before I start to actually rank these characters. So S tier, these are some of the best characters in the game. These are gonna give you the most value. You could confidently take them right up to level 105, gear tier 20. These are the top characters. They're gonna be great in every single game mode, or at least the majority of the game modes. A tier are great characters. You could bring them to level 5 and immediately equip that ISO 8 purple level 3 on them. And these are characters that are going to be great in at least 4 of the core game modes. And I'm talking about Arena, Raids, Crucible, and War. So at least 3 of these game modes there are going to have value. You may want to also take them up to gear tier 20, but they may or may not have a lot of value in the Professor X saga. B tier, these are characters that are going to be great in their particular game mode, either great in War, either great in Crucible, or great in Battle World. I know there's only really one team right now that's great in Battle World, so we'll talk about that as we get to these teams. Now, B tier, we have a second B tier, and these are teams that are great in the raids only, so you do need to build them. Let me try to move so you can see this. B tier, raids only, so these are raid teams, but they're not going to give you a lot of extra value in Cosmic Crucible, War, or Battle World. C tier, these are teams or characters that have kind of niche value. They will be useful in certain situations, but have kind of been outclassed and have surpassed by the meta. And F tier, these are trash characters. Most of these characters, that's it right there. Oh, I don't know. You guys can see it behind me. I'm missing it. Anyway, but these are trash characters. So let's just start with the list. Most of the characters are going to be in this trash section. Starting with our first character, Abomination, trash. Absorbing Man, trash. Pains me to say that Adam Warlock is, and the rest of the Infinity Watch, probably a trash team at this point. They may have a little bit of value as a defensive team in War or Cosmic Crucible, but they're not going to be a first choice, kind of a default choice if you aren't using them. So if you don't have any other options is what I mean. All right, Agatha is a raid character, but the rest of her team, the Night Stalkers, oh, that is not Agatha. Agatha's right here. The rest of her team and the Night Stalkers are good in a few different game modes. So I'd say Agatha is a tier character. We have Agent Venom, trash character. Pretty much all the AIM characters are also trash, except for Scientist Supreme, because she's also on the Orcus team. All right, all these AIM characters are trash. Unfortunately, actually, Cho, I still see Spider Society in defense, and Gamma is a team that could beat them. So I'd say Gamma still has a little bit of niche value. America Chavez does some decent things with their passive in War. I think it does something with Cosmic Allies or something like that, but I still see her sometimes on defense in War. So a little bit of a niche character, mainly for defense in War, but not so much anywhere else. All right, Ancient One is a great character. Will give you value in a few different game modes. Maybe not Arena, But, and I guess not the raids either, but Battle World, Crucible, and War, very, very good. Great in 3 game modes there. Ant-Man is great in 0 game modes. Agent Venom is great in 0 game modes. Apocalypse, as old as he still is going to give you value in a lot of game modes. Maybe not the top character in every game mode, but is still useful in every single game mode of the game in Marvel Strike Force. Archangel, unfortunately, is a trash character. Ares does not get a lot of use, but his passive, preventing the safeguard, is that the name of it? Is it immunity or safeguard? It's safeguard. Preventing that is making him a very, very good choice. Zemo, I want to put in niche, but right now not really used on any teams or any meta. Beast is a good character involved in a few teams, the Uncanny Avengers and the Immortal X-Men. So I would say that, is it 2 game modes or 3 game modes? I think they're gonna be, the Immortal X-Men, or at least Beast, because he's involved in the raids. You still use him in Cosmic Crucible, maybe not so much in War, but we'll put him as A tier for right now. I think they already use on some defensive teams, some hybrid teams. Beta Ray Bill is a trash character. Unfortunately, a lot of the Asgardians have kind of fallen out of the meta. Bishop, I think, is a trash character at this point. I tried to use him because he does have a decent kit, but yeah, his damage is just not there anymore. Black Bolt is still on the Crucible team, the Infinity Watch. Not sure if they're involved in a few different game modes, but yeah, Infinity Watch, you're still gonna get some use out of him. Black Cat, I would say, is a niche character at this point. Her removal of Revive once makes her valuable in a bunch of different game modes, but not really a raid character at this point. Not a set character for Crucible or War, but I guess you could use her in War. Or that Black Knight, I would say, is still an A tier character. That counterattack that he does based on his charges and everything is still very, very difficult to deal with if you don't have the correct characters. All the Wakandans, unfortunately, except for the new Shuri, are pretty much trash. So Black Panther 1 M there. Black Panther Shuri goes up to Cosmic Crucible / War. Infinity, Illuminati is still a great team in the game. I see a little bit of the Hive Mind team going on in War defense, but I'd say Black Widow at this point is trash. It's pretty much just about big time Spider-Man. Blade is a great character. I'm gonna bring him up to A tier because he fits in so many game modes. Blob is trash. Bucky is trash. Bullseye is trash. Cable is kind of used in Cosmic Crucible. I guess we'll put him on the Cosmic Crucible team because he does have a full team there. The what is their name? The X-Men, the Immortal X-Men. Jeez, wasn't registering my brain for a little bit, but yeah, Immortal X-Men is still a good Cosmic Crucible team, so they're good. Both the Caps, unfortunately, are not very good anymore. Out of Time, Rebirth. Actually, we could go Out of Time. Out of Time is okay. They're still kind of a niche team. Use them today. They almost lost, but they're okay. Captain Britain is a great character. I think he is he A tier? I think he's A tier because of the way his passive is and stopping turn meter gain. All right, Peggy, unfortunately, we'll put her with Cap as kind of a niche character. This Captain Marvel is trash. She's not really used too much anymore. Carnage does have some use because of his passive, and we have Null in the game with that symbiote tag. So we'll put Null, Carnage in there. The Hive Mind is kind of dead at this point, but Carnage, I think, because of his passive and the synergy with Null, still is okay. Cloak and the new Warriors, I still use them as a cleanup in Cosmic Crucible, but they're not going to go in the main Cosmic Crucible section. They're more of a cleanup. You're not going to use them as your main team, but New Warriors still a good cleanup team. Colleen Wing is trash. Colossus is trash. Black Order has fallen off, so Corvus Glaive is trash. Cosmic Ghost Rider, I'm going to put him up with the rest of the Out of Time team there. Still a little bit of use there. The Nowhere team is out of the meta at this point. I would say the new Avengers are out of the meta as well. So Coulson is trash. Crossbones, one of the most damage dealing, scary characters in the first few months of this game, but never got a rework, never got a stat upgrade. So yeah, his nothing really aligns with the game now, but he was really, really scary at one time in the game. Crystal is trash. This guy, what is his name? Corvus? Not Corvus. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he's a trash character. That protector for the Black Order, his name is skipping my head right now, but he's not very good. The Cyclops, I would say he still has a little bit of niche value. You're not really gonna, actually, nah, Cyclops is trash. I did use him on the Sword Tower because of some of his moves, but yeah, other than that, I think he's pretty trash. We'll put Cloak along, or Dagger along with Cloak. Dakin is a great character for war, and once in a while still use in Cosmic Crucible with the rest of the mercs for money. The original Daredevil, not the modern one with a yellow suit, is trash. Dark Beast is trash. Dark Hawk is trash. Dazzler is trash. Deadpool is a pretty good character, pretty good in war. I like the synergy that he has with Old Man Logan and Pandapool. Makes that three-piece a very, very good hybrid as well. And you could even include Dakin in that list as well. Deathlock, trash character. Deathpool is different. Deathpool is pretty good. We'll rate her as B tier. Not as useful as she was in all game modes at one point, but still used. All right, we have Doc Ock. He is, I think at this point he's niche. The Sinister Six, Superior Six, don't see them too much in Cosmic Crucible, and they are still involved in war. Sometimes he's subbed out for different characters. So I would say at this point, Ock is a niche character. Doctor Strange, though, is a good character. Great in Cosmic Crucible, great in, not great in Cosmic Crucible. Actually, you can use him in Cosmic Crucible. We'll put him at the A tier. A lot of the Astral is an A tier. Dr. Voodoo, I wanted this character to be so good, but he had a small time to shine for war, and that's it. Domino, also trash. Dr. Doom, because of his special, he still has some niche value and may continue to have niche value in future updates for the Cosmic Crucible just because of the way that his passive works. Although he does have old stats, so he may be falling into that trash tier, but pretty good. I would say Dormammu is a niche character as well. Bring him in for those revived ones. He wouldn't be like your primary choice, but just to kind of annoy your opponents on defense. He is a niche character. Drax, I think he's trash at this point. I think we have enough other pre-taunts that we could put Drax in the trash category. Ema is a trash character. Echo as this still has some niche value because of her passive, stopping that assist now. And Odin is still maybe not the meta character because we have Professor X in the game, but Odin is still one of the top characters in the game, and she's kind of a counter to Odin. Electro is trash. Elektra is one of the best characters in the game. We're gonna put her, the rest of the Vigilantes, up at the A tier. Vigilantes are great in the raids, we're great in war, they're great in Cosmic Crucible. Any other like satellites that you're doing, towers or anything like that, Vigilantes totally smash. Elsa Bloodstone, I wanted her to be good as well. Trash. The original Emma Frost and her passive still has some niche value. She does have old stats, so she'll die very easily, but if you're just looking to get ahead of a team in a mirror match, she'll help you with that speed manipulation. The other Emma, I think we put, she may not be lasting with the Fantastic Four in the game, but as of me recording this, with the Fantastic Four not totally out yet, I think she is A tier, involved in Arena, Battle World. The Astral team is great in war. They're great in Cosmic Crucible as well. So yeah, Emma, I think, goes to the S tier. Falcon, the original Falcon, got that rework as part of the Uncanny Avengers, also in Mighty Avengers as far as war. So we'll put him up to A. Now let's put him B tier. Now I think he's A because he's raids, he's war. I think he has to be there. He's only, actually, no, let's bring him down. He's only 2 game modes that I can think of there. So he's B tier. Maybe raid. Nah, he's kind of in the middle of these because you need him for 1 raid and for war. You're not going to use him too many other places. Phantom X is a trash character. Firestar, I think, is on a new Avengers, so we'll put her with the rest of Cloak and Dagger there. We have Forge. Forge still has a little bit of value. The Extreme X-Men, the oldest raid team, but when you sub in Old Man Logan, taking out Cyclops, you got a raid team that currently beats the Chaotic Storm raids. Same thing with Gambit. He's still involved in the raids right now. Not a B tier for the war, but B tier for the raids. Gamora, man, I want her to be good, but I haven't seen her used at all in a long time. I'm gonna put her down with Adam Warlock at this point. She is a trash character. Ghost is a good character. I'm not sure if the Thunderbolts have a lot of value outside of the raids, though they're a great raid team. Questionable in war, questionable in Cosmic Crucible. They're used in Cosmic Crucible on defense, but very, very easily beaten. So I'm gonna put Ghost and probably the rest of the Thunderbolts in raids only at this point. Ghost Rider to the original one. Maybe if you're doing some kind of combination with Mephisto, he'll get some value, but I don't think he's worth building, especially with the old stats. We'll put Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes still as some niche value because I did use him today in a tower, and he's still, based on his bleed, still does a lot of damage. He does have older stats, so be careful how much you invest into these secret defenders, but Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes is a great character. Ghost Spider, I think, goes totally trash at this point. Spider Side is out of the meta. I think the other three, Peter B, Kenny, and Pav, are going to be some niche value, but the rest of the Spider Society is going to be trash. Gladiator is a great character, currently still involved in the arena meta, but I think we're going to go for Gladiator, kind of opposite of Emma. We're going to put him in A tier, even without the Fantastic Four here. Great, but I don't see him used in all arena comps. So Emma, I do see a lot of the offensive arena comps. Gore, I think I'm gonna put Gore a little bit, I don't know, S tier or A tier. We'll put him along with Gladiator just for consistency there. Gravitron, I want him to be good. He was good for a little while, but is trash right now. Original Green Goblin, I'm gonna put him right next to Black Widow and the rest of the Infestation team as a trash character, but OG, or this one, the newer Green Goblin, the OG one, I guess. We're gonna put him B. He's still good in Crucible and War. Maybe he's like Satellites, but not an A tier character at this point. Starjammers and Groot, they're great in Cosmic Crucible, so we'll put them in the B tier category. Don't see them getting a lot of use in other game modes. Definitely not raids, definitely not arenas. So 2 game modes at the most. Guardian, I think, is going out of the meta. They still are needed for the Spotlight raids, but my prediction is the Spotlight raids are going to be replaced very soon. So I'm going to put him niche right now, just the raids. Actually, just for consistency, I think he has to be B because we still have the Spotlight raids. We get a new Spotlight raid. I think Guardian goes down to C because he does have that offense up that he has for other characters. So he is going to have some value even when the Alpha Flight is totally out of the meta. She's out. Gwenom is out. She's not a good character anymore. Hive Mind is out of the meta, and Spider or Gwenpool will put away the rest of the new warriors for that cleanup for Cosmic Crucible. Hand, trash. These characters are not good. They were like the best minion team for a while in like the first few months of the game, but I've not got a rework since then, and maybe they had a rework, but they're still trash. Hank Pym is a great character. Let's bring him all the way up to B tier along with Black Panther Shuri. He may have a little extra value than Black Panther Shuri because the healing that he does, synergy that he has with Captain Britain, but a good character. Havoc, I would put I don't know if I want to put him a little higher. I do like the counterattacks that he does. I guess just for consistency right now, we'll put him with the rest of the Cosmic Crucible characters, because I guess the areas that you're using him is going to be Cosmic Crucible and War, not really outside of that. Hawkeye, man, the only original Avenger that never got a rework. He is a trash character. Doctor Strange Heartless, I would say at this point, is a trash character. Same with Heimdall. Hela will probably get a rework this October. Until then, they are, where did she go? Oh, there she is. Okay, so I put her in a C tier. Or actually, no, they're great in War. We'll put the rest of the Undying in War as well. They are still a meta War team, but outside of War, not getting a lot of use. Same thing with Hercules. He's great in the raids. He's great in War, but I'm gonna put him at a B tier along with Falcon just for consistency. Great in 2 game modes. War and the raids, but that's pretty much it. I don't see a lot of use for the Hercules in Cosmic Crucible. I do see him used on defense sometimes, but gets countered pretty easily there. All right, Howard the Duck, or along with the rest of the Starjammers, is going to go up to the B tier right there. Hulk, we're gonna put him with these guys here, the Gamma team. And now looking at Abomination, I guess maybe he could be moved up to C tier. I don't know. We'll keep Abomination down. Show and Hulk, and maybe She-Hulk goes here because I guess you could replace Abomination and still be able to counter that Spider Society. Hulk Buster is trash. Johnny Storm, he got a rework for the Fantastic Four. What are we gonna do with him? I guess we're gonna put him at least at the A tier. Usually these arena characters, they're gonna be great in arena. The hybrid teams usually are better than these arena teams though, the full arena teams. But maybe you don't have some of these arena characters, the full Fantastic Four. Maybe you don't have Professor X, maybe you don't have Mephisto. I think the full Fantastic Four will be used in arena. And then obviously the full Fantastic Four team will be used outside of the game mode, even if you have characters like Professor X. So Johnny, I would say goes up to A tier at this point. I would compare him similar to Silver Surfer or Ultimates last year when we had the Annihilators in the game. So they did have some value for a little bit. Once the full team is in the game and people are using that full team, I guess we'll normalize the Fantastic Four's ratings a little bit more. All right, Hydra. These guys are all trash. Don't build any of these guys, even for your like new player challenges that you have to fight for. All right, Iceman is a trash character. And Icarus, oh man, it was good for so long. He was A tier for so long. We're gonna put him C right now, and this may be more due to nostalgia. Icarus Cersei combo was so good for so long. They started falling off when Ares had the stat rebalance, and all characters after Ares had updated stats. But Icarus, I would say still, I don't know, maybe I'm just being sentimental with that rating. Let me know in the comments what you think of Icarus though. Invisible Woman is in that Mighty Avengers, and I guess if you're into war, we'll give you some value, but that's pretty much it. Just that Mighty Avengers team in war, and they're not, I don't think they're even a top 5 team at this point. Yeah, definitely not a top 5 team if you include hybrid teams. All right, both Iron Fists are total trash. Iron Heart, she is involved with the Absolute A-Force, so we'll put her up in this B tier. But the original Iron Heart for the what was the team on? The team with Pegasus, the Dark, I can't remember the team's name. Anyway, trash. The one with Darkhawk and Kestrel and all that. Iron Man, I guess he has some niche value if you don't have Captain Britain. Still a decent, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe they're not a decent team without Captain Britain in Cosmic Crucible right now. They're an older team, but yeah, I guess they're done. All right, so Pegasus was the name of the team that Darkhawk was on. This Iron Man is a trash character, but we have Iron Patriot. This guy is still used on the Cabal team, and they're still good in Cosmic Crucible today, still using the counter. All right, Jane Foster, Mighty Thor, trash. But Jean Grey is a great character, and I think we go A tier with Jean Grey. She, not S tier, but A tier, because raids, great in Cosmic Crucible, not really great in war, but you are probably going to take her into the Professor X saga. Great for the Professor X saga. And if Danger Room does affect your personal rating, she's great in Danger Room as well. The X-Men Danger Room that we have going on right now. All right, Jessica Jones, trash. Jubilee, trash. He is a member of the Curse team, the Juggernaut. So let's go rate the new Juggernaut a Crucible team. I think that's the only place that the Accursed is used, just pretty much Cosmic Crucible. Not using other game modes as well, but just pretty much Cosmic Crucible. Maybe in War, maybe they're good in War, but as far as the early testing, not so good. Kestrel, I think, stands out from the rest of the Absolute A-Force and goes into A tier. She has a lot of extra uses because of that turn meter gain that she gains right before her initial turn. I think Kang, even though the Masters of Evil is not really in the meta, I think Kang is still A tier. Still has a lot of damage. He does have pre-Ares stats, so it's not a huge amount of damage, but it's a good amount of damage, and he does have that turn meter manipulation so that you can start to get ahead of some other characters possibly with Kang. So I'm going to put Kang as an A tier right now. Karnak is trash. So is Kate Bishop. I'd say Kestrel, not really used right now, but she does have a little bit of niche value, stopping summons from other teams. So she has a little bit of niche value. She's going to always have that until she gets a rework and goes back into the meta. All right, Killmonger, trash. Kingpin does have a little bit of value, but I would say overall still is trash at this point. Kitty Pryde, trash. Korath, trash. Korg and the rest of the Nowhere team is trash. We have Kraven. Kraven's great. Kraven's good in Cosmic Crucible. Kraven's good in War, and for that we'll go with a B tier for Kraven. Little just the same tier as Green Goblin Classic. I think Kraven is one of those characters that is pretty good. All right, Kree. All trash. All of them. We'll even go down to Minerva here. We'll take it out of alphabetical order because she's a trash character at this point as well. At one time, best healer in the game and was key to solving Dark Dimension 2, but times have changed, my friends. All right, so Kree, trash, all of them. All right, Lady Deathstrike. I like her kit, has a lot of damage, even outside the Orcus. Do we go B tier? I think we go A tier. Her damage on the Orcus team, you need her for the raids, but her damage I think is great, and you can use her outside the Orcus team and hybrid teams, and Orcus is still pretty good in other game modes as well, so I think she's a little higher than some of the other characters. Raids and yeah, War and Crucible, I think she's a three game mode character. We have Leader. Leader is great for Crucible. We have Lilandra. Now Lilandra, I'm not gonna put all the way in A tier, but she is required for the Professor X saga. So I mean, I'm not gonna put her all the way in S tier, but I think I'm gonna put her in the A tier. Kind of like Jean Grey, has a good value if the Danger Room is something that you are using for this list. Dark Dimension required. Great for Cosmic Crucible as well as the rest of the Starjammers. So I think I'm gonna put Lilandra in the A tier category. Lizard can be pretty annoying, so we're gonna put him in. I think he's a little less value than Kraven and Green Goblin Classic. We'll put him in niche value. He still does have some value. Loki does have a good kit. He has a special that enemies can attack other enemies, but I think the rest of the Bifrost is trash. Same thing with Kid Loki. Longshot has not been meta for a while. Luke Cage has not been meta for a while. Let's just go all these characters. Trash Madeline Pryor, trash Magic, trash Magneto. Man-Thing is a character that we can use. How much can we use him? He is gonna go with, I think we go up with Blade. I think the Night Stalkers are that good. Actually not, the Blade and Oath are that good. I think the rest of the Night Stalkers are B. We'll go raids only, although they are gonna have some value in Cosmic Crucible and War. Mantis is trash. Maria Hill, trash. M'Baku, trash. I guess we'll put War for absolute A-Force, or at least Medusa. She is a War character, not as good as Kahori, and I think Miss Marvel Classic may be up to H. And now we'll put her with Medusa as well. All right, Mephisto, another S tier character. This guy is tough to deal with. We do have a lot of counters for Mephisto, but if you're out of one of those counters, don't have one of those counters, Mephisto is still a problem. The Mercs, most of the Mercs, not the Mercs for money, but the original Mercs, the minions, they are all trash. None of these guys are valuable or have been valuable for years. So all these guys out of it. Same thing with Misty Knight. And I would say Mockingbird at this point is at best a War defense character, at worst a trash character. We'll give her the doubt of the benefit and put her in the trash. Moondragon. All right, how high does she go? I think she goes up to A tier. If you've seen Battle World, Ancient One and Moondragon, if you have that Mark Mephisto on your team, no, cannot kill them. So just for that bug that we experienced last week, I put Moondragon up in A tier. Moon Knight is a great raid character. I think you replace him on Night Stalkers with other characters. He's a little better than Man-Thing, so maybe we need another tier here. He's a little better than C tier though. You do need him for the raids. All right, Moonstone, I believe, trash. Morbius, trash. Mordo is, I don't know. He has a pretty good passive. We'll put him in a Cosmic Crucible only team for the Accursed. We have Morgan Le Fay. I don't even know if she has niche value at this point. We'll put her in trash. Mr. Fantastic, the original one, part of the Illuminati. I would say niche value at this point. A lot of times you just see the Captain Britain and the other two, the Hank and Black Panther Shuri. Mr. Fantastic gets out sometimes, and then same thing with Black Bolt. Although we rated Black Bolt up here, I think Black Bolt is a little stronger than Mr. Fantastic. Actually, we could go for some consistency there. Put him in that rating. All right, Mr. Negative is trash. Mr. Sinister, rumors of a rework, but nothing is official yet. So at this point, he is trash. Miss Marvel Classic, I think, has a little less value than Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes. So I think she goes, oh, that's not a classic. That's the normal one. She's trash. The other Miss Marvel from the A-Force, we got to build her up, bring her up to a different tier. I think she goes A tier, not A tier. I think she goes B tier. Just slightly above this B tier, slightly under this A tier. But I think just for consistency, go A tier here. All right, this Miss Marvel, the Secret Defender Miss Marvel, trash. Very close to being a niche character though. Multiple Man is a trash character. I'd say Mysterio is niche at this point, fits into some war teams. Good character. Actually, nah, I think Mysterio will put up the B tier because yeah, using him outside of a lot of game modes, still great in wars, still okay. And actually, no, let's go C tier. We don't use them too much. I think I just did the Sword Satellite, and Mysterio was a great character there, so I think I'm a little biased with that. I think he is a C tier niche character though. Mystique, trash. Nakia, trash. We have Namor as a member of the Cabal team, and with the rest of the Cabal, he is gonna go up to the B tier. Nebula, like Gamora at this point, is trash. Nerd is trash. Nemesis is trash. Nick Fury is trash. Negasonic is that's not Negasonic, that's Nico. She's trash. Nightcrawler is a good character. I would move on to B right now. You need him for the raids, but also pretty good as a. Actually, no, I think we could go A. We could go A. Has a little more value, just this, a few more modes. He does have some older stats, so I don't know how long he's going to be A. He may be moving down to B very quickly, but at this point, I think he's still A. All right, Night Nurse, trash. We have Nobu. Actually, Nimrod is a good character, but let's bring him down. Let's go Nobu, trash. Any other trash characters? Okoye is trash. We have Omega Red Classic, maybe has some value there. Are we done with all these trash characters? Proxima is trash. Psylocke is trash. Pyro is trash. Quake is trash. The Ravagers are trash. Let's get all these guys out of here. Red Guardian. We've got Drash, a Trax character, but he is a Preton. I think we have other better Pretons, like Absorbing Man and stuff. So I think at this point, Drax and Red Guardian are trash characters, but let's go with Nimrod. Nimrod, we got to move up a little bit. Gonna move up a few times here. And I think Nimrod goes into the... Is he as good as the rest of the Orcus? I think Orcus will go A tier. They're good in future. Actually, they're losing a little value. So I think at this point, you go with Nimrod. Actually, they're good in war as well. So let's go A tier for him. All right, he has some niche value. North Star, kind of like Guardian. Actually, Guardian is for the raids only. I guess the Alpha Flight is still a raid team, so we have to rate them in a B tier. But if my prediction is right and we're gonna need another Spotlight raid, these guys are moving down pretty quickly. Right, Nova, I think Nova is so out of the meta, but still has a decent battlefield effect. So we'll rate him in the C tier category, niche character. We have Oath as a really, really good character. How high does she go? I think she goes exact same place as Blade into the A tier category. They're like 1A and 1B. Odin goes all the way up to the top. Odin is a very, very important meta character right now. So along with Mephisto, along with Odin, along with Mephisto and Apocalypse and Emma Frost, S tier right now. Now, once we get the Fantastic Four, this Emma Frost, she is going to be moving down because I don't think she's going to be in the arena meta at all. Let's get Old Man Logan and move him up. How high should we move him up? E tier. I think he is A tier. You don't bring him up to Dark Dimension, but he kind of like is Emma Frost and is in the arena meta right now. Do I put him all the way up there? I don't think you should bring him to Dark Dimension. He's not great in Dark Dimension. Emma Frost is, so I think that'll be the differentiator there. I say Dark Dimension. I meant the Professor X saga. So great everywhere, even Professor X saga, and great everywhere except for the Professor X saga, I think. You still need him in the raids as well. Oh Man Logan's a great character. So like a little higher than S, a little under S, a little higher than A. All right, Omega Red. Man, I think we go niche for Omega Red. He has some value still in the game. We have Omega Sentinel as a great character, member of the Orcus team. She goes up. I don't think she's A. I think she's over here. I think she's good. I think she is A. All right. Actually, where did we rate Nimrod? Nimrod is A, so the Omega Sentinel gets A. Panda Pool, I think we rate same as Deadpool. Great taunter, but is pretty much used in Cosmic Crucible and War at this point. So 2 game mode character for Panda Pool. All right, all these Spider Society, let's put them in the niche categories. So Penny, put there. We'll put Peter B there, and let's find Pav and put him there as well. There's Pav. Let's put him in the niche category. I do still see them on War defense. They do have some good synergy, but I don't know. They're super close to trash. Maybe you have them in a trash category, but I guess kind of like the Eternals. I still have a little sentimental value for this team that was great in so many game modes. All right, Phoenix from the Phoenix Force team. She is a good character, but I think pretty much just for Cosmic Crucible. Even I see them on defense a lot in Cosmic Crucible now. Photon, I guess if you're doing a Secret Defender in War, does a little bit of value. Very, very close to trash for this character though. Phylavel is trash. Polaris, this has a little bit of use for same thing like Cable. Where's Cable? We'll put her right next to Cable, right there in the B tier. All right, Punisher, oh my goodness, he goes all the way up to A. Vigilantes are one of the best teams in the game right now. Great in so many different game modes. Punisher is a vigilante, so in my book, he's an A tier character. Quicksilver, I would say, has a little bit of niche value at this point. I don't think he's a total trash character, but I don't think, if you already have him built, I think fine. I don't think you go back and start to build him at this point, though. Red Goblin, I say, does have a little bit of a niche value as well. It's kind of like Carnage there, so I put him at the same rating as Carnage. All right, Red Hulk, man, I don't want to put him trash, but I guess since the rest of the Gamma, except for Abomination, is niche value because of what they can do in War, I say he has a little bit of value there. Red Skull is trash. Rescue and the rest of the Pegasus, trash. Rhino is trash. Rocket is on the Starjammer, so let's go put him with the rest of the Starjammers up a little higher. We are going a few different scrolls for this. So rest of the Starjammers are up here. Rocket goes right next to Groot in the B tier. I would say that Rogue is kind of a niche character for Cosmic Crucible at this point. Actually, we could put her niche. She does fit in a few hybrid teams. Not on her primary team, but she's an okay character. We'll put her in niche right now. She's not trash. Ronin is trash. Both Ronins, the Kree Ronin and the Hawkeye Ronin. Sabretooth is trash. Captain Sam is part of the new Liberty team, and Liberty is a great war team. I think the highest I can rate him, though, is B tier, just because of his use outside of the Liberty team. And the Liberty, they're great in War and great in Cosmic Crucible and like temporary game modes like Sword, Satellite, things like that. Sasquatch is a Preton tank, a member of the Alpha Flight, and I think he's a little better than the rest of the Alpha Flight because of his pre-taunt. So we're gonna put him up at not an A. I guess he's still a B character there. All right, Scarlet Witch has a little bit of synergy with Quicksilver. Has a little bit of synergy. Actually, no, she got a rework for the Mighty Avengers. She is a Mighty Avenger, so we'll put her with the rest of the Mighty Avengers in B War category. Yeah, same like Hercules there. Although Hercules has a little bit extra value. Yeah, I think she's with the rest of the Mighty Avengers. Scarlet Spider-Man, trash, or I don't know, the 2099. Yeah, he's Scarlet. He's not 2099. Scientist Supreme, not with the rest of the Abe. She is going all the way up with the rest of the Orcus, and we'll get her A. I think she's an A character. All right, next is Scream, trash. Got another Orcus character in this guy, Sentinel. So let's move him up slowly. but surely to the A tier category. Cersei, I guess we got to put her with Icarus. I guess this is kind of sentimental. Let me know if you think they are trash at this point, though. Let's put them together. All right. Next is Shadow King. Man, Shadow King might be S tier at this point. Let me think about it. Evolved in the arena meta. I think even with the Fantastic Four, he's still going to be evolved in arena meta. Battle World, great for war, great for cruise. Yes, Shadow King is S tier. All right. Shang-Chi, trash. Sharon Carter. This is Sharon, right? Not Peg. Sharon Carter is trash. Shatterstar, trash. Do we put She-Hulk with the rest of the Gamma, or do we put her with Abomination? I think she can be replaced and still take out the Spider Society and Ward. So I think I put her right with Abomination as trash. Shield minions, they are all trash. Don't let any of the old tier lists fool you. They were great for every single game mode at one point. Same thing with Shocker. I don't think Shocker is a great build. Same thing with Shuri. Sif is trash. This Samurai, Silver Samurai is trash. Oh, I don't know about Silver Surfer. I think at this point he's trash. He does have that Annihilator tag. Can be used in other game modes, but I don't see him used. I see Ultimus used. I don't see him used at all. All right, Miles, trash. OG Spider-Man, trash. I see Weaver use some. I don't see 2099 with that Weaver comp anymore in Cosmic Crucible, so I would say he is trash. The Infestation team is kind of just based around this guy. Big time Spider-Man. I'm putting C tier. He may be actually F tier now that I think about it, but we'll put him C for now. We'll be a little generous with him. All right, we'll go Punk as trash, but Noir. Noir was Spider Society and the Tangled Web. Yeah, Noir is trash at this point. Spider Society is out of the meta. Slayer is still a good character, and I would say Slayer has some niche use. Yeah, not as good as Goblin and Kraven, some of the other characters, but just as good as Lizard there. So I'd say Lizard is the comparable rating for the Toaster there. We have Weaver, and Weaver, I think, is a niche character at this point. Can be used in the various hybrid comps in War or Crucible, but you may have some that you never use her. So I think she's a niche character. Spider-Woman does have a good kit, but I never really built her. I never really suffered for that. So she's a trash character. No value right now for Squirrel Girl. Karnak, Starnak, I guess, is with the rest of the Out of Time. They still are okay in War, although they're used less and less and less. Star-Lord, I don't think even that energy that he gives the cosmic characters is still worth building him for. Star-Lord, Annihilation, the rest of Nowhere are trash. Stature is trash. Storm is a pretty decent character. How high does she go? I think she goes in, does she go A tier? I think she goes A tier. Yeah, she's gonna be for the raids. She's gonna be for the War. I guess in hybrid she's in War, but mainly for the Immortal X-Men and Cosmic Crucible. So I guess maybe we rated Beast a little high, so just for consistency's sake we have Storm there as well. Actually all these X-Men characters, maybe actually Beast and Storm may be a little high. Feels like they shouldn't be B tier category though. Right, Strife is trash. Sunfire is trash. Sunspot still needed in the raid, so he is gonna go into the raid category. Raids only right now is what you're building Sunspot for. Super Skrull, man, this character is an old character, and out of all our old characters, I think Super Skrull is the oldest mythic character that is A tier. Yeah, this guy is so annoying, and in Cosmic Crucible still can totally destroy a team in the correct room. So Super Skrull is still A tier. Swarm, however, is F. So is Sylvie. The rest of the Hive Mind has really fallen off, but the best of the Hive Mind, I think, is Void Knight. And if Carnage and Red Goblin are rated in the niche tier, we have to rate Void Knight in the niche tier as well. Symbiote Spider-Man is trash. We have another member of the Thunderbolts, and while they're good in other game modes, I think until we see more evidence, I think we see the Thunderbolts as B tier raids only at this point. They're going to be great in like other comps, but I think as like a full team, those characters are, yeah, hold off on them. We're gonna go with Star-Lord as trash, original Thanos as trash, but endgame Thanos, really conflicted. I think he still may be involved in the meta, even when the Fantastic Four comes out in the game. It's a very strong passive, dropping it below 50% health, damages yourself. I think we go S tier for Thanos. This may change once we get the full Fantastic Four team. So in about a couple weeks, he may be dropping pretty fast. But right now, I think I have him A tier right now. Thing is an interesting choice. I see him kind of like the Ultimus from the Annihilators. He does have some value. I don't think he's A at this point. But I think we rate him. Where did we put Human Torch? I guess if Human Torch is A, I think we have to rate Thing A. Again, like a lot of these characters that are based around Arena and the Fantastic Four, these ratings may change once we get the full Fantastic Four team in the game. Thor, trash. Other Thor, trash. Tigra, trash. Titania is pretty good. I still use her with the Cabal and Kang, so I think she's a niche character at this point, using hybrid teams. Toad is trash. Ultimus and Ultron, I think Ultimus is trash at this point, but I think Ultimus, the way he can be paired with Liberty characters, the way he can be paired with, I don't know, anybody that's taunting, any of your enemies that are taunting, you could try to destroy them. So I think he's a niche character. Union Jack, trash. US Agent, trash. Val, I don't think she's used enough, a lot, but I think just because she has a unique mechanic with that revival, I think she is a niche character. I'm not sure where she's used, but it feels bad to put her in trash. All right, Valkyrie's trash, though. Venom is trash. He was trash for a while. We have Vision, a member of the Mighty Avengers, and I think they have to go with the rest of the Mighty Avengers in a pretty much war. All right, we have Viv Vision as trash. Vulture is going to go up with Doc Ock and Kraven as one of the better members of the Sinister Six. A little bit higher. Where is Doc Ock? Or not Doc Ock, Green Goblin. I just said Doc Ock, I meant Green Goblin. All right, B tier for Vulture. War Machine, I guess we have to put him with the rest of the Liberty. This is the one that gets replaced. Maybe C tier. Maybe he's C tier because actually, we will put him with the rest of the Liberty. War only at this point, although some of the other Liberties you can use in other game modes. We have to get Wasp, a little bit of value, probably a little bit better than Ironheart. She is going to go into War only along with the rest of the Absolute A-Force. Yeah, where did we rate Ironheart? Right here, so Wasp was right there next to Ironheart. I see them as pretty much the same character. White Tiger, trash. Winter Soldier is trash. Normal Wolverine, not Old Man Logan or anything like that. Normal Wolverine, we right now, because we don't have a new Spotlight raid, he does need to be built for the raids, but once you can reliably clear the raids or sim the raids, he's out. Wong is trash. X-23 is trash. Yelena should have been a Thunderbolt, but she is trash. Yellow Jacket, trash. Yondu, trash. Yellow Jacket, trash. War only for all three of these Undying characters. Let's move them all up at the same time. So one right next to the other and right next to the other. And let's move these guys right next to Hela because these guys are War only. So 1 and 2 and 3. There they go. All right next to Hela in the B tier category. Null is one of the best characters in the game. He's going immediately, maybe not immediately, because it's taken me a few moves to get him all the way up, but he is going all the way up to the S tier. He is one of the best characters in the game. All right, Falcon Joaquin and Peggy Carter. Let's get all these guys in on the ratings there. They're not trash. We're gonna do them in a couple moves, and let's get Patriot there as well. So the Liberty team, they're very strong. Are they A or are they B? Well, at least move them up to B, and we'll see some of the other characters just for some consistency. So Liberty, let me think about this. So they're great in War. They're great in Cosmic Crucible. They're great in other game modes. I would say they're great in 3 game modes. No, I think right now they're B tier. I don't think they're great in 3 game modes, but they're very dominant in 2, Crucible and War. No raid value, no arena value. Other game modes, they are good, like Sword, Satellites, and things like that. But I think they're just War, really good in War and really good in Crucible as well. All right, Daredevil Modern. Where's the rest of the team? Let's get Daredevil Modern. Let's get Silver Sable and Hit Monkey. So let's get the Vigilantes. This right now, guys, this is my favorite team in the game. Let's slowly move them up. I think they go all the way to A tier. These characters are great, along with Punisher and Elektra. Yeah, right there, all the way up for Silver Sable, all the way up for Hit Monkey, and Daredevil Modern goes into A tier as well. All right, let's hold off on the Fantastic Four. Let's go to the Accursed team. So Accursed, Helverine, we have the Hood, and last Accursed member is Zatanna. So let's put them all together. And I think they're going to end up in just a Cosmic Crucible tier. Very good in Cosmic Crucible. Not good in other game modes, though, but I think they're so good in Cosmic Crucible. I think they do make the B tier slightly, but I think they're not that great in War. They're not that great outside of Cosmic Crucible. Maybe they should be C tier. Let me know. Do you think they Accursed should be B or C? They're very, very close to both those tiers. All right, let's go with the rest of the Thunderbolts. We talked about them. They are, at this point, until I see other evidence right now, they are just a raid team. So let's move them up into B tier, raids only for the Thunderbolts. Don't see them having a lot of value outside of that, but that may change. So right now they're just a raid team. Quasar is a good character. I'm not sure if he's dominant everywhere. I don't think he's going to have a lot of arena use, but immediately is a A tier category, is an A tier character. All right, the rest of the Starjammers. Let's get Lalandra, let's get Havoc, or let's get Howard, and let's get Havoc. And they are very, very good in Cosmic Crucible. And I think for them, at least for Howard and at least for Havoc, we go same rating as Rocket and Groot. Although for Lalandra, we may go a little bit higher for her. So Rocket and Groot are B tier category characters, so we go B for that. Lalandra, I think because of her requirement, and actually we did Lalandra already. We got 2 Lalandras in the game. Yeah, and Lalandra is an A tier character. Only 1 Lalandra. We don't need 2. Not sure why there's 2. I guess I made a mistake there. All right, Professor X. You could argue that he is the best character in the game right now, depending on certain matchups. So A tier for Professor X, and these Fantastic Four from MCU. Let's get all of them. I think they're all going to be very similar. And I think they're going to be great in the raids, great in War, probably great in Cosmic Crucible once we have the full team. Although with the full team, I think you need to have the Thing and Human Torch outside of that. So because they are there right now and we haven't really tested them, I think the new characters, they go to A tier. However, once we get the full team in the game, I can test them a little more on the live server with diamonds and everything like that. These characters, especially Franklin Richards, may be going to A tier. Theoretically, just based on looking at his kit, based on paper, I think Franklin Richards is A tier, but I do want to get a little testing on the live server with not just some envoys, but everybody testing these. But right now, I'd say that the Fantastic Four MCU is A tier, but very, very could be S tier in a couple weeks. All right, so Valley Club, that is their tier list. I'm gonna download this image, put it in the infographic section on the Discord server. Hopefully you did enjoy this video and get some value from it, but let me know, do you agree with the selections? Do you disagree with the selections? Are there some characters that should be rated higher, or are there some characters that should be rated lower? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys, and make sure if you want to start off a brand new raid account, get off the best start in the game, check out the QR code up there or use the download link to start off a fresh copy of Raid. Hopefully you did enjoy this video, and if you did, leave it a like. Check me out on social media as well. Check out my second Raid channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys. Hulk fist bump. ValleyFlyin out. Take care.